Feel the rhythm take control, grow the beat is involved.
Move your body.
All right, so welcome. We have Somna today. Hi, nice to meet
Hello.
you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So, like we start with all of our DJs, we would like to ask you to nominate somebody within your genre and a second nominee from a different genre.
Okay, and let's see. Does it have to be someone, and we're just nominating someone for like the award show, someone that we feel like deserves recognition?
Correct. So, we would like you to nominate someone that we could maybe reach out to, have them do an interview as well, and to be considered for the award show as well.
Okay, well, I guess like in my genre, there's a guy named LTN, like literally LTN. He's from Indonesia. I feel like he's very highly underrated. He's been making music for many years, just really, really great music. His streaming numbers of Spotify are like huge. But he doesn't get like the opportunities to do shows. It could be because he's all the way out in Indonesia and stuff, but I think he's definitely one to that's been around for just such a long time and deserves more recognition. I
Awesome.
think.
Excellent nomination. Yes, absolutely. We want to look into that. So LTN,
Yeah,
based out of, you said
Indon
Indonesia.
Indonesia, yeah, in Jakarta.
Awesome. So we
Yeah.
will definitely check him out. And for the second one, somebody, any genre of your choice.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I've been trying to think um about that. There is I think it's Flatland Funk, and he's based out of like Saskatchewan, I think. Yeah, I think Saskatchewan in Canada, and he makes like breaks and like dubstep and stuff like that. Um, and he's just one of those guys where I just see he's like working so hard, like grinding all the time, very active on social media, very engaging, and just putting in like the work into it. And I think he also deserves like more attention as well too. So that's Flatland Funk.
Flatland Funk.
Land
Awesome.
Funk.
I'll have to
Uh,
check him out too.
yeah, I think yeah, Flatland Funk. And he's based out of the province of Saskatchewan. I think like Regina or something like that, maybe, possibly.
We'll put our investigators on it.
Sounds good.
So as part of this, program, we like to focus on mental health awareness. Would you be willing to mentor and or give free advice to fellow nominees?
I'd be happy to share my experiences and give some advice. I don't know if I'd be able to like take on like a student per se and like do like a whole mentoring thing, because that is uh, quite time consuming and I have a lot of things going on. But I'd be more than happy to have a chat or share my experiences and answer questions and see what kind of wisdom I can impart from my own career.
Yeah, great. So that's awesome. That's exactly what we're looking for, just kind of a little bit of uplifting and motivation from time to time, or maybe just a quick, hey, can you listen to this, track for me? And if something sounds off, maybe there's something you can identify that they can't. So just moving into that area, and maybe not like a full mentorship. That's a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
lot to ask for. Um, so let's get started. Let's move into the actual question portion here.
Okay.
So when you first started back in 2008 full time, did you ever think that you would be one of Canada's number one DJs?
Um, I mean, like, it's so weird to call myself like Canada's number one because I just think I'm just doing my own thing and I'm just happy that people are listening to my music. I guess well, to be fair, there's just not that many Canadian DJs making trance music, I think in general. So I never expected it to be like that, and I still don't really consider myself to be at the top. I just think I'm just another artist trying to make my way through the scene and write music that I hope people listen to.
And humble too. Well, you're amazing. You're doing great work. But I guess like any good artist, there's always more work to be done. There's
Definitely.
always things to learn, and it's great that you're looking at it from that perspective. But we're noticing you, we hear you, and we love you.
Thank you. It's nice
uh,
to be noticed.
yeah, yeah. So, with having some prior aliases, what made you stick to Somna? What does that name mean to you?
So yeah, I've done a lot of music under different names, and I think for me, I just with trance music and just music with like melodies, that's always been something that I've really grown up with when I was young, because I used to play like a bunch of instruments and in an orchestra and stuff like that. So melodies was always something that was like kind of ingrained into me. So I think like the previous aliases, I used to make music as roadie style. He's not retired or anything, but I just stopped making as much. That was like hard dance music, so it's like quite like hard and dark, I guess. And I love writing melodies, so I think like when I started Somna, I found like sort of like my true calling, I guess you could say. Just I just found a lot of enjoyment in the music that I was writing when I started writing Somna, and I think that's why I've been sticking to it. But I do love all kinds of music. I just feel like for me, melodies is such an important part of my life, and that's why like the music that's associated with Somna is something that I'm so happy with sticking with.
Great. Oh, that's great to hear. So it was kind of like the alter ego that came out as like the opposite of your dark hardcore music.
Kind of, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like don't want to play like at a club so late because they usually put the harder music at the end. I'm like, I kind
Yeah.
of want to get to sleep early now, so I'm gonna start like making stuff that like
Oh,
gets played at like 1 a.m. instead of like 6 a.m. But no, that I like melodies.
I can relate because I love the hard dance music. That's totally my style. But there's also the other side where I really love the trance and the techno, especially if I'm reading or studying, like the melodic beats, not a lot of vocals. So I totally get it. And then the going to bed thing, absolutely. I am not in my 20s anymore.
Yeah,
I like to get to bed at a decent hour, and I don't like to be out all night.
yeah. I like my stuff has a lot of vocals is pretty much what I focus on, but definitely like when we get to about like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., like I'm ready for bed for sure.
Um, so what has been your favorite situation you ended up since starting your career?
One of the highlights of my career happened this year, which was going on the State of Trance show and doing a guest mix and interview. And that's been something that I've kind of always wanted to achieve in my career. So I would say it's one of my favorite situations, but also one of my like scariest situations because like scary in the sense that like I've played big shows before and I was more nervous going on the radio show than I was playing to like a couple thousand people. And I think it's because
Really?
you just know that like there's like millions of people watching and listening, and if you mess up, there's like so when you're in a club and the music is super loud, there's like a ton of bass and stuff. There's a margin of error that you're kind of allowed as a DJ when you're mixing between tracks and beat matching and stuff. It's like it's really minor. And when you're playing on like a radio show, it's broadcasted through people's like car stereos and headphones and stuff. You make a mistake, like you're not on, like your mixing's not on. It's like it's very apparent right away. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, better not mess up. And I think I was also super jet lagged as well at the time.
Oh
'Cause
no.
I took a nap between like I did the first guest mix and interview, then I had lunch at the Armada office, and then I like passed out on their couch for like 15 minutes, and then I had to do like a little quick like interview thing, and then do another 1 hour mix, and I was like just dying.
Oh no. But you made it through.
I made it
How did it
through.
turn out?
I was great. It was definitely one of my favorite experiences of last year for sure. And I'm just so grateful that I got the opportunity to be on there.
So that kind of stems into this next question here. So what's the favorite festival that you've played, and what's your dream festival to play?
So my favorite festival that I've played would also have to be from this year. I played at Dream State for the second time, but this not this year because it's 2024 now, but last year's Dream State was super special because it was um, there was a lot of moving parts to my set at Dream State. So we, like myself and my team went really all out. We had Kai from Las Vegas fly out, and he's a visual DJ, a VJ, and so basically. We use this thing called time code or show control, where he can see all of my waveforms of my music, and he knows exactly when all the exciting parts are and like when it's gonna drop and stuff. And then he has like all my visuals, including lyrics. So when one of my songs comes on that has singing in it, he can trigger and time the visual perfectly to my song so everyone can see the lyrics of the song come up on the screen as I'm playing it, which is super cool because not a lot of people do it because it's a lot of work. And you know, getting someone to specifically come out and be your VJ for your set is also um, like expensive and hard to come by. And I'm really lucky that Kai offered to do it for free because I wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise. Um, and then also Adara, which is a vocalist I've worked with on a number of songs. She flew out as well too for my set, and we debuted our new song together. So she sang it live. So there was like that and the visuals all combined together in the set. And it was just kind of like exactly what I would just love to be able to do at all my sets, which is just not possible sometimes because, you know, not every club has the capabilities to do show control and time code. Then you have to have the VJ for it and stuff like that. So it was like magical in a sense.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
definitely sounds magical.
yeah, and then the last time we played Dream State was 4 years ago, when I had like I was just starting to work with my current manager, V, and so for this Dream State, it was like the first festival that we done together, um, as with her as my manager, and like her and her team were just like really on it. Like I had a whole bunch of like stickers and wristbands, and there was like random people that were just like helping hand them out during my set, and
Yeah.
she was helping setting up cameras and stuff, and just it was really cool because I've done everything on my own for so many years, and to be able um to do a set where I had people helping me out was new to me, and it was like really exciting and just yeah fresh. So that's why Dream State of last year was my favorite festival that I've played at. And then my dream festival to play at would be EDC. Um, I beat like EDC in Tomorrowland, but EDC is like one of the festivals where I just made this promise to myself that I would never attend until I get booked for it.
Oh.
So I have never attended it yet, and I'm hoping to someday. Also, I really like going to Vegas because the big hotels and everything. It's just a lot of fun. So I would love to play EDC. That's kind of my dream festival to play.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot though. That's one of my exceptions to the rules, staying up late. I'll stay up all night for
Yeah.
EDC, but by day 3, I'm knackered.
I think like whenever I go to Vegas, I just get this like burst, like obviously not EDC, but just when I'm in Vegas, I have this like weird burst of energy where it's like 5 a.m. and I'm like, yeah, let's go roam around and go to like the Taco Bell that's still open. Like it's just like I don't like care for sleep for some
It's
odd reason.
it's the adult playground. It's
It
like
is,
you
yeah.
can, drink open containers in public and just have
Yeah.
fun and
Those
walk
giant
around.
like drinks, like those slushes where
Those ginormous ones, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. EDC is a lot of fun. It's its own beast, though.
Mm.
It's definitely a lot, but I think it's gotten better since they've added the camping. So it's a lot less of a stress to have to drive. I did it for a few years, and
Yeah.
I always drive.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so that's
Traffic
not
must be
fun.
bad. Oh yeah.
Getting out of that gridlock, after the event. You're just there for hours. So I always bring a cooler with basically breakfast.
Oh. I hear they have helicopters, but I think it's super expensive.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And no, that's out of my price point. But they might fly you in.
No, I doubt it. Even
As
if I get
talent.
booked that. But I think for artists there's an artist shuttle, which probably has some sort of secret back road or something like that. Because I can't imagine like big artists being stuck in traffic for like 2 hours. That
No,
would
no way.
not go down well.
No way. They do have, yeah, there's separate access for artists.
Mhm.
Like, you'll have to hook it up and so let's see here. Next question I've got for you. Being on Beatport's #1 for 3 weeks is a huge success, along with having multiple songs in the top 5. So how do you guide yourself in order to keep a level head and finding the right formula for this song for these songs?
Um, First of all, it was Beatport Trance, not Beatport Main #1, which is a big difference because if you're Beatport Main #1, then that's like amazing. But it was just the trance category, which is still awesome as well too.
Still big
Um,
deal. Still a huge
yeah,
accomplishment.
just to make that distinction in case someone's like, a Beatport #1, it's like Beatport Trance #1. It's like chill, chill.
Coming soon, Beatport #1 though. No.
That would be amazing. But I mean, like actually, that was a long time ago that happened, and since then I've just kind of I've actually stopped looking at the charts on Beatport whenever I release something. I find it actually to be extremely detrimental to like my mental health.
Okay.
To actually stare at the charts and be like, oh, like I'm here and I should be here, and why am I not here? And so I just tend to kind of avoid it. And if like someone's like, hey, you're in the charts, and I'm like, yay, that's wonderful. But I try not to focus on it too much. I think that's something I would actually recommend as well to other people. It's just when it comes to the question about finding the right formula for the songs. I think like what I've learned over the years of doing music is that the most important thing is to write music that you love, and that you are and staying true to that, I think, is most important, because if you're chasing trying to get in the charts and trying to be like at the top and cater your music to like, oh, what can I do to like be like that #1, I think you're going to be sorely disappointed, because the scene is just full of disappointments for starters, and that stress and just trying to force yourself to be um, I don't know, the best is very tough on your mental health. So I think it's for me right now. I just write music that I love, and if people like it and it does well, then that's fantastic. And if people don't, uh, as long as I like it, I think that's like a win for me. So,
That's
uh,
beautiful, and it sounds like this is very personal for you. You're really giving us kind of a piece of who you are and a piece of yourself. And I agree with you. I think it's fantastic that you're just like, you know what, I made this track and I thought it was great, and who cares, what number it is on the chart,
yeah.
I'm staying true to myself and my craft, and I'm putting music out there that I feel is, what I want to present to the world as a piece of myself. I think that's great.
Hmm.
And that's great advice as well, too, for people starting out, maybe not to rely so heavily on the criticism of others and just focus on honing your vision, right?
Definitely, because I've been in that boat where I've written music specifically because I'm like, I must get on this record label. I must write what is like popular right now. And those are the songs I look back on, and they're the ones I don't play right now.
Oh,
And I just like I don't hate them, but they're songs that just aren't me. And I look at them as like reflections of like myself trying to chase what I think is going to make me more popular as an artist. And I think that is, I mean, is that really the legacy that you want to leave behind, like for yourself, like when you grow older and be like,
yeah.
I did this because I was trying to, you know, I guess in a way that's kind of the definition of like selling out, I guess, like, doing something that you don't really feel passionate about just for success. Um, so now I just write stuff because I like it, and I mean, like, I hope other people do, and yeah.
I mean, I'm happy you reached that place in your career, and I hope to see more wonderful things, more little pieces of you in the future. So, who's been your favorite DJ to play your music, and/or who you may have collaborated with, and why?
I did collaboration with Orjan Nilsson, and I really, really enjoyed it. He's just such a funny man. He's just so much humor, and he's so talented, and we get along super well. So working with him was just a real treat to be able to do our collaboration. It's called Stubborn. And so I've really enjoyed working with him. I work with, I actually don't do a lot of collaborations with other producers, but I work with a lot of different vocalists, so a lot of vocal collaborations. Um, Adara, the one that I mentioned, I came out to Dream Say and sang. I've had just the most amazing experiences working with her, just going back and forth, and we like share ideas, and um, there's some things that she's just like as a vocalist and as a very accomplished vocalist like her, she understands a lot of things that maybe I don't really understand. So maybe things like when you stack vocals. So basically, like you take like a lead vocal and you just layer a whole bunch of different vocal tracks on there to create like this like amazing stack. That's something that like I don't have like a ton of experience doing, but having someone that has done a lot of like pop music and stuff where they do like a lot of that is like really great for me to sort of see how that works as well too, and to learn from it. And just a super genuine person, so I've really enjoyed working with her as well too.
That's great. That's awesome. And is there someone you want to work with in the future who you haven't yet?
I mean, like, okay, so realistically, I would absolutely love to work with someone like, well, okay, I don't know if this is realistically, but I would love to work with Andrew Bayer or like Mark Sixma. I think Mark Six was maybe like a little bit more likely because at least I know Mark. Andrew Bayer is probably like, who's this guy? So unrealistically, I would love to work with someone like Porter Robinson because I really admire like all the music that he creates and stuff, and the fact that he's one of the artists that isn't really bound by any sort of set genre. He just kind of makes like whatever he wants and plays whatever he wants. But he definitely would know who I was, who I am. But yeah, those are like people that I would love to work with. But I'm definitely open to just like any sort of creative person that has like great ideas.
So future collabs coming soon, maybe.
Porter Robinson, please,
Yeah, Somna and
please,
Porter
please notice
Robinson.
me.
We're manifesting it for you. Let's put it out there for the
Yeah.
new year. Let's do it. Let's collab. Moving a little to the dark side, though, I saw. So
Oh,
maybe we'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of a dark question up next. So, what has been your rock bottom, mental health wise, with being in this profession?
I don't think this is something I can go like super specific on because it would probably end up like being like a big call out on. But I've been in many situations where I've worked with someone or helped someone and they've like stabbed me in the back. And I
Mm,
think that happens a lot in the music industry as well too. And uh, I mean, like, it really, really sucks, especially when it's someone that you um, really don't expect. I think, like, how did I get out of it? I think it's just having a nice support group of people that you trust and friends that just are there to encourage you. Because there's just some things that you can't control other people. There's always going to
yeah.
be people that will, especially in the industry, try to push you down if it helps them get ahead. Um, and I mean, like, you could throw like a hissy fit or call out or something like that, but it doesn't really change anything. So I think like being able to have people that will like listen to you and sort of help you through it and help you realize that like, firstly that not everyone is bad, even though like you just got screwed over big time by someone, that there are good people out there and don't change who you are, and that like, you know, things will get better. And then I guess like you can also just kind of remind yourself that like, hey, you know what, like karma's gonna get the other person someday or something like that. So I think I just the ways I got out of it was just having friends and people that are close to me just tell me that like, it's okay, like it'll be all right. Uh,
Very
it'll get
important.
better and stuff. I think,
Yeah, trusted
yeah,
support network is extremely
I
important.
think so.
And it sounds like you had some people there for you and you were the bigger person in this situation. And you're right, let karma get at them
Yeah.
while you do you and keep growing and keep shining and excelling in your career and hopefully in your personal life as well. So, would you like to talk about any special animals in your life, past or present?
Do I ever? So my wife and I have always wanted a cat, and she's allergic to cats.
Oh no.
But we started to like cat sit for like our friends just to, like test things out, and like she was totally fine. So like we're like, oh, maybe she like grew out of her allergies. So we adopted a cat. Her name is Chicken,
Chicken.
and she's I don't know where she is right now. She was like going crazy before you hit record.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's on Instagram. It's like the chicken underscore cat.
Oh.
Like I don't know. It's just like I look at her and I'm like, I will protect you with my life. Like it's just like she's like family. Um, it's funny because now that we have chicken and after having it for a little while, my wife's allergies have come back. But
Oh
like,
no.
but she's like, she loves chicken and she's like, yeah, this is just how it is now. Like, it's just like sniffles and stuff. It's not like too bad. Um, but I mean, chicken is just family now. So yeah.
Absolutely. I have a little doggy daughter.
Oh, nice.
I found her in the street actually, and
Oh,
she's a mini German Shepherd mix of some kind, looks a little corgi-ish, very interesting looking dog. And
okay.
I 100% she is my second child. I love her with my whole heart. And I'm like, she's not leaving until she's no longer on this earth.
I remember when we first got our cat and we were like, okay, so chicken is not sleeping on the bed with us. This will be the chicken free zone, like the bedroom. And then like she would just like cry outside her door and then now
Oh,
she's just like she owns the bed. Like she sleeps on there. Yeah. This is Chicken's house now.
oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so sweet though. Oh, I'm so happy for you guys and your new little chicken kitty.
Yeah.
A cat named Chicken. Oh, that's hilarious. So this is kind of a fun one, this last one here. If you can control any element, what would it be? And what would you do with it?
So the elements be like wind, water, fire, and earth.
Correct.
I only know that because of Avatar. Like,
Yes.
um, oh, this is a really good question. I think wind because it will allow me to fly. And like, I don't know about you, but as a kid, like being able to fly is always like just the one thing that I'd love to be able to do. Also, it'd be much easier to get around to gigs.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think flying, uh, controlling wind would be quite cool.
And what an epic entrance that would be, just coming down from the
I
sky.
know, right? Yeah.
Like, I don't need an introduction. I'll just present myself.
Yeah, yeah, I'll just glide in. I'll just come from the heavens.
Well, that's awesome. So that's it. So that wraps up the formal questions that we had for you. Is there anything else that you want to add? Anything that you want us to link? Anything that you want to promo? Throw anything out there? Any upcoming shows, events, releases? We will also make sure to link all of your social media, any of your playlists. If you have a link tree, we'll put it on the video as well for you.
Okay. I mean, like, I would love if you guys could follow me on Spotify, check out my
Okay.
music, and then like social media is just like at Somna Music for everything. I have my next show is in Thailand on February 4th. I'm super excited for that. I've never been to Thailand before, so I will. Yeah, I'm excited. I hear the food is really good as well too, and it'll be warmer than Canada for sure.
Awesome. That's great. Well, guys, everybody look for Somna Music on social media. Follow him on Spotify. And we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.